Good morning, Zelda fans. I've seen a lot of videos out there on cooking recipes, but none of them are exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to do a quick video on the 11 recipes. I'm talking about top tier, absolute best of the best recipes that you're going to need for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Let's get straight into it. I'm going to break it down into 4 different categories: exploring, environmental, special, and then finally, the most important one, will end the video with combat, so stay tuned to the end to see those. Let's get started with the first recipe. It's going to be for exploring, and this is perhaps the best one just to have, making sure when you're climbing you don't end just a little bit short. And we're going to use Endura carrots. So this is the way to get the absolute maximum amount of stamina in the game. Is going to be 5 Endura carrots. Only Endura carrots is going to do it. You're going to cook them 5 and it'll give you 2 full extra wheels of stamina. So you go to eat that recipe and let's see where it is. Notice that stamina wheel got that bonus too. The second recipe we're going to look at today is for restoring stamina. So this is going to be if you want to do a long glide and don't want to necessarily eat into those last 2. What we're going to end up doing, the best food for this is the Staminoka bass. So 5 of these is going to be the absolute best, maximum restoring of stamina. And you'll end up getting 3 full wheels of stamina to be restored. So that's the most you can possibly get. 5 Staminoka bass, that's how you do it. All right, the third recipe we're going to look at is actually just movement speed. And so this will be really great. It helps for running and climbing. So what we're going to end up using is a combination. You have 2 choices here. We can either use, we're just going to probably end up using 4 of the swift violets. You can also use the hot-footed frogs. So let's go ahead and find those. And the reason I say 3 or 4 is because right now we do have a blood moon. You can always use the blood moon to try and get that crit, so you can use 1 less ingredient. It may also add some bonus time. My tip for this one is going to be, you'll see this in some of the combat recipes as well, we're going to add 1 special part, the dragon horn. So the dragon horn is going to add a maximum amount of time on how long this recipe is going to last. I've tried this before, just in case anyone's curious. You can add 2 dragon horns. It doesn't actually increase the bonus time. So this is the best way to get the maximum speed. 3 speed boost lasting for 30 minutes. And lasting for 30 minutes. That's going to be great. So those are the 3 exploring recipes. The next one I'm going to talk about are just the environmental recipes. So for this, we're going to end up using 4 chiselfin trouts. Add that dragon horn. And we have a 30-minute, the most you can get is 2. There's no way you can get a 3 on the environmental ones. So you can use other ingredients as well. The spicy peppers work pretty well. I prefer the trouts just because to me they're pretty easy to get. So the maximum going to be cold resistance we're going to get is going to be from adding 4 of these trouts together. Splash that dragon horn. And you have 30 minutes of cold resistance as well. Plenty of time to explore wherever you're needing. All right, the last exploration recipe we're going to do, it's not actually a cooking ingredient, it's more of an elixir. We're going to add 1 fireproof lizard, 1 choo-choo jelly, and then you can add monster parts, basically 1 of each, to make a fireproof potion. Basically, you need a horn, a talon, and guts. So the higher level you use, the best. So I would recommend using the highest level you can. So we're just going to start with Moblin. And the better parts you use, the longer the recipe's going to last, since there's no real increase in effects on this. But you notice there, 10 minutes and 30 seconds. I think it'll go a little higher if you use better parts, like Lionel parts, for example. In fact, let's just give this a shot with, let's try dragon parts. I've never done this before, so this is kind of an experiment, excuse me. So let's try lobbing in 3 dragon parts and see what comes out. Probably dubious food is my guess. But at least this way we'll know, right? 30-minute fireproof elixir. Prove myself wrong. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. So we've covered exploring, we've covered the environmental bonuses, and we're going to look finally at one special category, and that is just going to be stealth. So there's a couple different combinations we can use. We can use the silent princesses are my favorite just because they're kind of easy to find near the fairy fountains. Again, we're going to use 4 of those for maximum bonus. Add the dragon horn. And there you have it, the 3-speed sneaky bonus for 30 minutes. Alright, now finally for the last category, combat. We'll start with the ones you'll probably use the least to the most. That way we end the video on a high note. We're going to add 4 of these zap shrooms together. Don't forget to splash in that dragon horn. And this will get us the maximum amount of electricity boost for 30 minutes. The next category is a little tricky. It's very useful, but we're just talking about adding hearts. So I will show a link. That's my phone going off. I'll show a link to you in the bottom of which foods give the most bonus. The absolute maximum you're going to get is from those big hardy radishes. Those are a little hard to come by. So hardy durians, they're abundant in Bronus Forest. So every one of these you add is going to add 4 hearts to your up to your maximum amount. In this case, blood moon. So you'll see we got a crit, adding an extra 1. This is as close as you're going to get to being perfect. I mean, there's just only so many hearts you need. Look, I've only have just a handful to begin with, and with 21 extra hearts, you know, we're basically at maximum pretty early in the game. So that'll be an extremely helpful recipe. The 10th recipe we're going to talk about is adding that extra defense. This will be helpful if you're fighting multiple enemies, not really able to do your dodges and your timing. The best combination to use with these are actually the armored porkies. You can actually get away with just using 3 if you're in a blood moon, 4 if you want, if you're not, and then you'll splash in that dragon horn. And look at that, 3 leveled up armor bonuses. I like to use this when I'm wearing my Fierce Deity combination, so you have an increase in both the attack and defense at the same time, but you can only get boosted 1 using the food. And finally, the very last recipe we're going to cover today is the most important one, increasing that attack by 3. This is a perfect combination with the Ancient Armor bonus, so you can get the 80% bonus from proficiency plus the 3 attack boost. I've noticed again, I'm only using 3 of the Mighty Porgies because of the Blood Moon. This is going to get us a 30-minute attack boost. I've seen a lot of great videos out there on cooking instructions. Most of them don't include the Dragon Horn edition. That's how you get the 30-minute bonus. This is going to change the way you play Breath of the Wild. I know it's been almost 3 years since the game's come out. Still enjoying it and having a blast. Hope you are too. See you in the next video. Finally, I wanted to show you all a website that'll explain all the details of every cooking ingredient. The time bonuses, the amount it heals, the effect, and this way you'll have a good understanding. I'm going to leave a link below to this gallery, which someone put together. I don't know who to give credit, but it's amazing. They break it down into different categories. Which ingredients have the best effects? Energizing, enduring, hardy. They break it down to the environmental effects, just like I did in this video: spicy, chili, electro, fireproof. And then finally these extra, the combat bonuses and the exploring. And you'll see here, the ones that we use today, we're at the highest level, tier 3. Level 3 armor, level 3 mighty, level 3 silent. And then for the speed bonus, you can really only go 2 levels. That's why you really need the Blood Moon in order to get the maximum effect. And then the monster parts will show you the increased duration for each one. Obviously, the only choice is to go with the dragon fangs. And hope y'all enjoy cooking like a hero.
Hey, listen!
Smash that subscribe button like it's a clay pot, and be sure to ring the bell if the power of the hero is inside of you.